Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So first, welcome everyone to the first info session on the EIT Deep Tech Talent Initiative Deep Tech Talent Training Prize. My name is Monica Blodgett, and I'm joined today by my colleagues Isabel and Akeem, who are going to help run this session and especially answering some question and answers. If you have any questions, we do ask that you put them into the question and answer box so that you can see the answers and they'll be recorded. And at the end of the session, I will also highlight some top level questions that are important to be shared with the group. All right, let's get started. So today I'm going to give a broad introduction to the Deep Tech Talent Initiative. And of course, discuss all of the elements of the Deep Tech Talent Training Prize. And then go over quickly in a high level the pledger and the quality check process, as well as relay some next steps. Before getting started, I wanted to thank you all for joining. We have over 19 countries represented here today, so in the registrants at least. So thank you for joining. And yes, please put any questions you may have into the Q&A, and let's get going. So the EIT Deep Tech Talent Initiative's main objective is to close the deep tech or work towards closing the deep tech skills gap in Europe. It was born out of the new European Innovation Agenda, which is a very important policy document that is linked, you'll see, throughout the prize text. And it has many different initiatives included in the new European Innovation Agenda. The one we're here today discussing is the Deep Tech Talent Initiative, which works towards training people in deep technologies in order to work towards closing the skills gap. So what is deep technology? Deep technology, I won't read this word for word, but it is a cutting edge technology and a classification of organization or startup with the expressed objective, I am reading it now, providing technology solutions with deep societal challenges. I want to emphasize that point of addressing the deep societal challenges with EIT and the work of the EIT knowledge and innovation communities. The work is the end client and benefactor is society. And with deep technology, these technologies are working to address and provide solutions to societal challenges. Here you can see how we have our deep tech areas. So this list, like deep technology, is changing at a rapid pace and expanding and evolving. This is the list that we have currently today. You can see that I noted July 2023 because of the constant change that can occur. Not constant, I would say, but and these are the areas that we will be using for the prize. If you do not see your area represented here today, this list again is evolving and changing based off of our panel of experts like deep technologies. So the EIT Deep Tech Talent Initiative, how are we working towards training 1 million people in deep technology, and what does that mean? So with EIT, the European Institute of Innovation and Technology, there are 9 kicks relating again to different sectors of you have food, health. I am with EIT manufacturing, raw materials, innovative energy, digital, and we have a new kick, culture and creativity. So it is a huge network, and we will be offering our courses in deep technology. And then we are also working with pledgers, and the pledgers it's a voluntary commitment to the training or working towards the training of 1 million talents. I'm going to go over the pledger process a little bit later, but I wanted to give you a brief introduction now as to how we do this. So we are really building a community of trainers. We're building a community of organizations and entities that all are relating to deep tech and deep tech talent training. So it is the time period of when we're doing this is between 2023 and 2025. So we are working at a very quick pace, and we have already achieved some tremendous results that you can look at on our website. So what is a deep tech training? How do we classify that? So it of course has to be related to deep technology, as you saw the previous listed deep tech areas that we have. We do ask for the equivalent, I want to say, of 2 ECTS. It is not defined as ECTS, but the equivalent of 2 ECTS. And we're working here with secondary education and onward. So back to the prize. In order to be eligible for the prize, again, it's open to all entities, but in order to be considered to the prize and working with the Deep Tech Initiative, we are asking that the entities sign the Deep Tech Pledge. It is a linear process. It is done through our website. It is straightforward, and it is a voluntary pledge to be working towards the training of 1 million deep tech talents and people. Then we ask that you upload the course. I want to emphasize here, you're not allowing the course to be open to the public per se. You're providing a link of the course to be included in our repository, and you'll be completing a quality check, which is in the form of a course registration. So you're answering questions about the duration of the course, the learning outcomes, and again, that is an online form that is completed through our platform. So, and then you are ready to apply for the Deep Tech Training Prize. So the Deep Tech Talent Training Prize, just gonna say prize, is, what is it? What are we doing? So here is a high level overview of the prize. The prize, it is a prize, is the main point I want to emphasize, and it's for awarding excellence in a completed action. It's not a call for proposals, which you can often see coming from the EIT world, where you will be applying to complete an action in the future. It is an award of excellence in completed action. However, I do want to note that we do have calls for proposals in the planning for 2024 and 2025 that will be relating to the creation of training and a call for proposals of deep tech trainings to be created potentially. But today we have a prize, and it's for excellence in addressing deep tech training challenges, which I will define on the next slide. In terms of some dates, the trainings will, in regard to the challenge that it's connected to, has to have occurred between January 1st and October 31st, which is when the prize closes, or the submission. And that is because we are asking for the executed KPIs of the trainees that have been trained. We have 2 training categories that I will cover again later in this presentation, but it's partner training and targeted training. And it is eligible to all organizations who have become pledgers by the time of the close. And we are following the Horizon Europe guidelines here in terms of the awards of prizes. So for the prize, entities can receive up to 60,000 euros per entity. We cannot exceed 60,000 euros per individual entity, and we will have up to 16 prizes awarded. This will depend, of course, on the quality of the applications received. but we're working towards 1 million euros in regard to the million talents train or people train. So some key dates I wanted to note here. I've mentioned many times about the pledger and the course registration form, which relates to the quality check. Those need to be submitted kindly by September 22nd. So the quality check, aka course registration form, where you outline all the information on the course, must be submitted by September 22nd, so that our quality check team has the time to review the information and ensure the eligibility, or that they are meeting the quality check requirements to be included in the Deep Tech Talent Initiative and eligible for the prize. The prize closes October 31st. So in the step-by-step process, pledge, once you've completed the pledge process, you will receive login information to complete the quality check. And then with that, you'll have a registration number so that you can apply and include that in the prize application form. So what is a Deep Tech Training Challenge? We were really leaving this to the applicant to define what is the challenge. The scope of the challenge you can see here is quite broad. It could be organizational specific, a specific need occurring in your organization or entity, sector specific around those deep tech areas, or even a regional or pan-European need that needs to be addressed. Examples of challenges in the trainings that could be the accessibility of the training, of scaling up the training, digitalizing the training. Perhaps there's a number of trainees that are lacking in a specific credential, and there's an urgent need in order for them to be trained on a specific topic, and the availability of the training as well. So it is, again, really up to the applicant to define the training and, most importantly, the challenge and how they've addressed it and what the impact is. So earlier I showed you our deep tech areas. For this call, we have 15 deep tech areas, and we've organized them into area groups, which you can see here. So we have 4 different area groups, and when you are submitting your application, you will be asked to indicate the area. All right, so let's take Deep Tech Area Group 3, Life Sciences and Green Technologies as an example. You would put in the area and the area group, of course, and the applications will be reviewed within the 4 different area groups. Categories. We have defined for the purposes of this prize for awarding excellence in a completed action around addressing deep tech training challenges, 2 categories that you will apply for. You can only apply for 1 category. So we have partner training. Partners are really essential in innovation, and especially deep technology. So we thought it was evident to include this. And there are examples listed on the right of partner trainings that could be occurring. This list is not exhaustive, and it's really up to you to define how your consortium is assembled and why. So we list a couple of examples. For example, a university industry partnership, 2 training providers coming together to provide a complementary course, employer training provider partnerships. So the list this here is not exhaustive. It's really up to you to define it. We do ask that each partner in the consortium that is formed be a pledger again. And there's no maximum to the amount of partners that can be in a consortium. However, there is prize money to be shared amongst the consortium. And then we have targeted training. So this is for individual entities. It's addressing a specific need, a specific targeted approach. We have importance here emphasized on perhaps there is It's a targeted approach to addressing those re-entering the job market, gender inclusivity and parity, or there's a specific urgent need in terms of a targeted training. But this topic or category is for individual training providers, and the award be given to an individual entity. Reminder, again, that we would need to complete the pledge form and compile and complete the course registration form, which is the quality check. And then we do ask for that information in the application. So the application, it's designed to be straightforward, and it's really on the applicant here to convince the expert evaluators that they've addressed this challenge, how they've addressed this challenge, the impact of addressing this challenge. So we have a PowerPoint presentation that you can download from the prize webpage. All of this information is on the prize website page. That will be your main point of reference as well as us. But you will download the Deep Tech Talent Training prize pitch deck. It's a template. And in the prize evaluation or the prize guidelines, you can see more specific details of what's to be included there. And in the next slide, I show you an example of the front page. And then we ask for a 1 to 2 minute video pitch where you're again speaking to the evaluators, you're outlining in high level how you've addressed this challenge, what is the impact, and the KPIs, the stakeholders involved. It's your narrative. So with the prize pitch deck, PPT, and the video, you're creating a story to narrative and outlining how you've addressed this challenge, what is the level of excellence, and of course, what is the impact. I'm going to go over the exact evaluation criteria in a couple of slides. We also have, of course, an application form. This is not like some Horizon Europe application forms where there's 25 pages. It's a high-level summary. We do ask for KPIs to be included, but this application form is where you will upload the deck and the video pitch. So make sure you have all items ready. You're welcome to go explore the application form. We just asked for an email address, and then you're in the system and you're providing the details as to the entities. For partner category, the entities plural, and then you're outlining the category you're applying to, the quality check number that you've submitted the quality check, and then uploading these materials. So we've designed it to be linear. So this is the first slide that you'll see in the PowerPoint deck that we've created as a template, and it outlines the items that we want to see or need to see in the presentation. However, it's not exhaustive. It's up to you in order to define how you're organizing this. We do have a sequential order based off of the evaluation. However, it's up to you to add and present your story, right? You're creating a story, a pitch presentation of how you've addressed this deep tech training challenge. So how will you be evaluated? We will have a panel of experts, as you can see in the prize text around the deep tech areas, and they will be evaluating the applications based off of excellence, implementation, strategic fit, and impact. You can see that these are very similar, the topics, to the Horizon Europe's, or they are the one. And in there, you can see the sub-criteria that we are looking for. Again, as all information in this presentation, more details are available in the prize text document. But I want to emphasize the importance of defining the challenge, the importance of outlining the implementation, the level of excellence that was achieved. We are the Deep Tech Talent Initiative, and we are concerned with training 1 million people in deep technology. So that's important for us to see in the presentation. And then the strategic fit, and of course, as always, with EIT and the EIT Knowledge Innovation Communities, or KICS, we are interested in impact. And it's not necessarily that we expect to see a training has achieved a tremendous level of impact in, you know, a 6-month training period. However, we want to see that you're outlining maybe the milestones towards the impact that the training has taken or that is working towards. So the way that the impact is measured is up to the applicant, but we do want to see how it is relating to the new European Innovation Agenda, how it could be transferred, for example, and yes, that it has addressed the challenge. So, prizes. Here you can see the categorization. I hope this is clear. I want to note that it's 60,000 euros per entity. So you can see in the partner training that we have 100,000 euros. That is awarded to the consortium. There needs to be minimum 2 partners in that consortium. So this is pretty straightforward. These are the prizes that will be awarded. This again depends on the quality of the application, the applications that we receive. So that is the prize and a high level, well, some detail hopefully. Now I'm going to go over the steps of the pledge as well as our quality check. So with the pledge, there are different categories of pledgers. You can see I starred here ones that we felt maybe relate most. However, we are welcoming financing partners and institutional partners as well. But the primary pledger we have at this time is education and training institutions, enterprises, and enterprise associations. So again, these are the pledger categories. And when you navigate to the pledge on the Deep Tech Talent Initiative website, you will see a clear step-by-step instructions of how to become a pledger. Overall, you are identifying your category, you are uploading information or completing the form of information around your organization, and how it relates to deep technology. It is a linear process, it is a voluntary process, and we welcome everyone in this presentation today to become a pledger, especially if you're going to be applying for the prize. So that is all available on the website. And again, are the requirements for the trainings to be considered towards the goal of 1 million people trained. I went over this before, but this is just a reminder. So these are some of the benefits of membership of the pledge. We are building a really robust community. It is a community of pan-European organizations. It's becoming a knowledge hub, and we have many exciting opportunities for pledgers. And we're really proud of the community that we're building. And it's going to be the biggest repository of European deep tech entities. So this is a step-by-step of the elements you need to complete. So first you would navigate to the pledge page. You would complete the registration form and upload a signed document. Note that it's specific to the pledger category. And then you'll receive login information to our platform. And in that, you'll be able to submit and complete the course registration form, which is in regard to our quality check, which will be validated by the quality check team. It's important that it is validated because you will need to have passed the quality check in order to be eligible for the Deep Tech Prize. It's not a pass or fail. There is a possibility to be accepted on a conditional basis. So there's those items. And then we have a little bit more here about the quality check, again, outlining some of the points I just noted about receiving the credentials, completing the course registration form, and then that needs to be completed by September 22nd, and you will be reviewed by our quality check team. Again, third time for this slide, but it is important to note that we do have requirements around the quality of the training and working towards training 1 million people in deep technology. So that is the presentation that we've prepared for you today. I'm going to leave this slide here up as to the high level view of the training. And I will see if there are any questions. If anyone did not put the question in the Q&A, or hi, Isabel.
Hi, Monica. I think I've answered most of the questions in the Q&A, but we can maybe go over the kind of most pertinent ones. So there was a question about how the €60,000 prize can be spent, if you want to elaborate on that one.
Sure. So for the main thing to remember here is that we cannot award over €60,000 per entity. So if the consortium has 3 partners, then the 3 entities, if this is the partner training, would receive €20,000, 1 check per entity. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and are there any limitations on what they can spend the prize money on?
Good question. So I like to say the example that the check will be not written to Monica Blodgett, for example, but written to EIT Manufacturing. So this will go to your organization. And we are following the Horizon Europe rules, and there is a declaration of honor that will be asked to be completed. However, there are not, we're not asking for reporting unless as specified, but I won't go into those details. But yes, it's up to the organization, hopefully for future trainings in deep technology or something along those lines.
Thanks, Monica. Another question that's come in, can you speak a bit more about the ECTS? Do you need to be accredited?
So yes, for the ECTS, it's an equivalent of to ECTS. I have that slide 7 times, but now I can't find it. So that is 50 to 60 hours. However, it is not ECTS in that it needs to have occurred in a higher education institution. For pledgers, for example, from secondary schools, there is 1 ECTS. However, for the accreditation, we do ask for accreditation of higher education institutions, for example, and for the specifics in the quality check elements, I would refer you to my colleagues and the quality check page. We do have an email dedicated for the questions around the quality check.
Thanks, Monica. And there's another question about, will we get the online link to provide information about courses?
Will you get the online link to provide information about the courses? Yes. So after you complete the pledge registration, the pledge process, you will receive credentials to log into the platform, which is the back end of the Deep Tech Talent Initiative platform, where you will be able to register your course. So once the pledge process is completed, you receive login credentials, and through those login credentials, you have your personal private sphere, and you will be able to complete the course registration form.
Can an NGO apply for the prize?
Yes. Short
No, quick answer. And then there's one, somebody saying that they don't have any type of certification for training.
This would need to be addressed, the specifics on the exact entities and like the quality check process, I would refer to my colleagues in the quality check team. Akeem, I see that you turned on your camera. Did you want to add there?
No, indeed. A certification is not required for a course. It would, of course, give the quality team an indication of quality. But if there is no certification, they will look a little closer. But it does not prevent you from applying for the prize. Definitely not.
Perfect. Thank you, Akeem.
So you could just put the email address for the quality check back on the screen for anyone that does want to ask any specific questions about that.
Yeah, let me get there. I hope that I had it because I know that we've. There you are.
I'm just wondering if there is. So somebody was asking earlier about, can they sign the pledge, do the quality check process and publish their training on the website, but not participate in the competition?
Absolutely. You are not obliged to apply for the prize. We welcome everyone in this meeting here today to become pledgers. That's really our end goal. And this prize is an arm or an instrument to enhance and augment the Deep Tech Talent Initiative and its community. But we welcome everyone to become a pledger.
End of the questions right now, unless anyone's got any others that they want to type in real quickly.
All right, well, thank you everyone for joining. And if you do have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. We have our information listed here. I've written to you all directly from my professional email account, so don't hesitate to reach out to me directly as well. And we will be sharing this recording on our social media channels, on our YouTube channel specifically. So feel free to disseminate it to anyone who you feel might be interested in this. I see that there's a lot of universities represented here today. And I know there's a lot of deep technology happening at universities. So please feel free to share with your community. And thank you very much. We will have an info session on September 7th, and we will be circulating more information about that. And thank you all very much for joining, and we wish you a great day. Thank you especially to my colleagues, Isabella, Akeem, and Paula for joining as well. And we will talk soon. Goodbye.